I'm in Nangar National Park, and I just experienced along this dirt road my first water crossing here on the KTM 390. As you can see, a little bit of depth in it. I decided just to come down this track and have a look inside this place. I've never been into here before. I was just sort of curious how this bike could handle coming down along here, and surprisingly on the dirt, where I said in my previous video I didn't think it'd be much good on dirt road. On this particular road I'm running along now, I've been able to head along here around the straight areas, 45 mile an hour. So it's been performing pretty well along there, so which surprised me. We might be able to look back up and see there's the road I came down along, so we'll sort of battle on, see what's up along this road a bit further. But it's a very pretty place in here, and as you can see, when I'll do a slow pan, but they've had a bit of rain out here and it looks quite nice in here now, so I'll go in here a bit further, and if I can I might toss up the drone and have a look around here and just see what it really looks like. But apart from that, there's a bit of a look at the bike, and the first water crossing for me. So we'll battle on. I'm sitting up here on top of this really good lookout here in Nangar National Park. I've actually been through possibly 20 or 30 water courses to get up here. It's a pity I never had this camera mounted on the handlebars, but today I never had that item after doing a bit of damage to it. But this is the first time the bike's got a bit wet and dirty from off-road work. So as you can see, when I head back over here, you can see I'll do a slow pan. It's a really beautiful view out here too. Nice and green. I've never been to this place, so it's the first time in. I'm thinking now I better get out of here, because it looks like I'm the only one in here. I haven't seen anyone else in this place at all. But if you look down into that area there, you can see these water courses I've got to go through. One just there, one just below it, one over there, one there, all the way through. Then I've got to tackle coming down this road. I eventually flogged this bike up. So if we walk down here, this is the steepest, even though it's only a track, it's still pretty steep. So this will be my, the bike was slipping and sliding a bit coming up here just to get up it when I went around it, so I had to push it pretty hard to get up here. So I suppose I'll have to come down. I think it hit the bottom a couple of times too, and the area it was hit, you can sort of see now, it's pretty rough when you come into these rocky sections here. So we'll just go down here and take a look, so you'll know when I look back and I'll swing around, you can have a look. So actually come over this point here, on this dip, over this one, you can see a couple of rough dips down there, so that's where I veered off at the water course there, came into that section there, which was a fair jump. Then you swing around this sharp left-hander here and head back up to where I come from. So it was a fairly wild little ride, so hopefully it'll go down all right, and I don't have any drama here. The steepest area I've ever been in, and as I'm coming up here now, I'll probably be getting a bit of exercise, so you can see it's a fair track, and I think the bike handled it pretty well coming up here, considering. Yeah, so I'll load up, get out of here back on the road, and I might be able to photograph a couple of those water courses. It's just a pity I never had the mount for the handlebars. But more importantly, I did get the drone out and fire a couple of shots of it up, so we'll see how that goes. And I'll see if I can get a couple of shots on the way back out. Gee. What a walk. Hit that steep. Anyway, there's a photo of the bike again, or picture. I'll have to have a drink. Alright, catch up with you later. checking this out, into this place, I suppose I went through about at least 30 of these small cement courseways, and they're all running water at the moment. So we've got this one here, and this is just not far from where I left. I've got the bike over here, and I've only probably gone about 30 metres. There's another causeway here where I've got to go through this waterway. And then we get straight over that rise, there's another one just over there near those tea trees. So it's just one after another as you work your way right through this stuff. But so you can see they're pretty close. And then when you get closer to the outskirts of this place, because I'm in about at the moment probably 4 kilometres, when you get close to the outskirts of it, well, there's no cement causeway and it's just rocky bottom and water in the creeks that way. So I better get a move on, get out of here before it gets too late, because I wouldn't like to be caught in here by myself and have to walk out. This hard packed dirt, what I just come along here, I had no trouble setting this bike on between 45 and 50 mile an hour on the last 1.5 kilometres out of this place, and it handled that quite easy running along. It ran over the bumps along this hard packed surface really well, and I found that I could scoot along it, you know, almost as good as what I was running along on the bitumen. But once again, it's just a bit of bad luck. I never had the mounts to put it on the mounts on the handlebars. Don't think I put any dents in it when I got it banged on that one area when I went up that rise. It was a bit of a hairy rise coming back out of that area I was in, but you know, it was a one-off thing. I can't see me going back in there and climbing that one again now that I'm aware of it. It was just, once I was in there, it was too late to pull out. More importantly, I would have been in deep crap if I would have stalled the bike going up that one, and this time I give it more revs to get up there. And that particular one was a lot steeper than if you would watch my original first ride on the dirt, where I stalled it twice. This time I kept it in first and give it more revs, and that actually got me right over the hill up there without any drama or without any stall. But when it goes in for that service, we'll be looking at going for that either front, rear or double sprocket change. At this stage, by the time I get home today, I think I've put on it now. We'll have a look. I've put on it now 672 k's. By the time I get home, it'll have 750 kilometres, because I'm 80 kilometres from home. Bike's still running really well. No issues to report. And you know, it's really nice to ride and cruise along at 100 k's out on the road. I end up counting those water courses on the way out, and from where I was, I counted 23 I crossed. So 23 in, 23 out. And I think I was still 3 kilometres from the end of the run where you go to the lookout. So I can't see me returning back here and going back in there again. I'll close this one. I think this test today on normal dirt road riding, the bike performed really well, so I'm happy. And I could ride along the dirt road at 50 kilometres, 60 kilometres an hour, even in the loose stuff up along there, which is around 35 mile an hour with no drama, and it handled that part of it all right. So the sprocket idea works, and it can handle that down in those low revs in the first 4,000 where it's a bit dead. It'd be a big change for the bike, but we'll see what happens in that area. And once again, it's about 20 degrees out here. You can feel the heat on the back when you're doing this camera work, and compared to where I'm heading now, it'll drop back to 6. The sooner I move out and get back, the better it is for me, because I know as I get closer, the more uncomfortable it is to ride the bike. And if you're thinking about subscribing, by all means please do. Catch you later.